So since I've been getting a lot of new followers and a lot of people purchasing the indicator and maybe not having seen prior videos, I wanted to go ahead and re-explain the whole purpose of the indicator, how to set it up, how to set up alerts, everything like that. So once you have the invitation, you're going to see something pop up in your notifications on the right side of TradingView. It's going to say that I've added you to the indicator. After that, you just go at the top here to indicators, go to invite only scripts, and you should have both of these. So one of them is the indicator, and then the other one is an indicator with my Fibonacci retracement levels. Keep in mind, these are not all my retracement levels. These are as many as I could fit in the code, and that was 6, which is going to give you ultimately 42 different resistances and supports along the SPY chart, which is great. That's additional levels that you can watch. So I'm going to go ahead and hide it so you can see everything that adds in. So here is just my chart for the day. I have my candles. This is the 5-minute chart. I always add VWAP. I love VWAP. It can be a really strong support and resistance that you can use for your trades. And then I always have volume and then my MACD at the bottom. So once you have all of those, you're just simply going to enable the indicator and you'll see a lot of different things pop up. So you're going to see there should be 4 different moving averages. So you can get the 5 EMA in gray. And obviously you can change the color scheme here. So if you go to Style under Settings, you can change the color scheme of your EMAs. You're going to have a 5 EMA, which I have in gray, the 9 EMA, which is in white, the 21 EMA, which is in blue, and the 200 EMA, which is in purple. It should also automatically plot previous high of day and low of day, which you will see when the day begins. I think I used to have issues with this, but if it's not fixed, I'll continue to work on that. But that's something, if it's not working, you can very easily do yourself. Just find the high of day, draw a horizontal line, and then do the same with low of day. So it's going to give you some certain signals. So at a buy signal, which is when so I look for, I call them pieces of conviction or areas of convergence of certain indicators. So when you get 3 pieces of conviction happening simultaneously, let me say that one more time, happening simultaneously, you're going to get an indicator go off. And that's really what it can do is, at the very least, it can alert you that something is going on in the chart. So if you're not looking, you can at least take a look and see if you like what's happening and if it fits your trading style and if you want to take an entry. So those are getting plotted there. Now, if you want to set up alerts, you're going to go to the right side here at this alarm clock. You're going to click on alerts, and then you're going to click this add button. So then you can add, so you just click on this drop down, and you can find SMT indicator. There's buy signal and there's sell signal. So if you do buy signal, I recommend putting it on once per minute, because if you put it on only once, as soon as it's triggered, it'll never trigger again unless you re-enable it. And if that bugs you, you could do once per bar or once per bar close. Doesn't matter, but don't put it on only once. I recommend keeping it as an open-ended alert, and then alert name. You can see I've named mine based on the time frame. So I have puts 3-minute, call 3-minute, and I do that for the 5 and the 15-minute time frame. And you can change the signal message. So that's how you add the signals. And then let me just show you a little bit about how it works. So I'm going to look at today's price action, and I'm going to look on the 1, 3, and 5-minute time frames, because those are the most commonly scalped time frames. It does sometimes give us really good signals on the 15-minute time frame. And then if I see a signal on the 15-minute time frame, I'll go into a smaller time frame. But those happen like once or twice a week. So we'll start with the 1-minute time frame, and we'll go up from there. So here's SPY for the day. So you can see that the first signal that we got was a sell signal here. So you could have entered here and taken this, scalped it to the next support level. That would have worked for you. Another sell signal, do the same thing. You could have scalped it to the next support level. Now we get a sell signal here. Now this would only have worked out if you would have noticed that there is a support here. And you can see that support there, here, 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 and here. But most likely you don't have this drawn, and you probably would have taken an L there. So that is an instance where, sometimes if the EMAs are really tightly wound like this when we're consolidating, you might get faked out. So these two would have worked, this one wouldn't have worked, that's okay, it happens, but this one would have worked quite nicely. If you entered here, you could have rode this, you could have used a 21 EMA as your stop if you wanted to, but you would have gotten stopped here, but it went up all the way to the peak, and then we started to reverse, and then the sell signal went off right here. So this, you can see what happened after this signal initiated. We went all the way down here. Here's another signal where, so I want to make something very clear. So when the signal goes off, you need to assess the situation, right? You have to see if it makes sense. So if you get a sell signal here, but you find that we closed above a key level, pre-market high, and you can see that this is an extremely strong support, you would not take this sell signal. You would at least wait for a candle close below here or something else to confirm, but this is not a good position to take the signal. So Now we'll switch to the 3-minute. Alright, on the 3-minute, we got a buy signal here, and then we ran up all the way to this zone. Sell signal here. Again, we have a key support here. There's no need to take that sell signal. We disregard it. Sell signal here. Runs all the way down. Buy signal here. This one, I will admit, that one was just bad because we closed above VWAP. Everything was looking good, and then we closed below. So we closed below the key level, and then we just shot down. And it was honestly just a fake out. It happens, right? We think we're going up, shoot down, they stop people out, and then we rally into close. So did not work there. But you can see here that at the minimum, this works 3 out of 4 times if you are doing things appropriately, if you have your levels and stuff, which is pretty good. And now we'll jump to the 5-minute, which is where I most commonly trade. So on the 5-minute, we didn't really get any signals, and it happens. The only signal we got was at the very last candle, which you can't even act on. So no signals on the 5-minute time frame, but I still played the 5-minute time frame using other signals. So there's how the signal works on here. And then a lot of people would ask me, does this signal work on other indicators or other tickers? Sorry. As long as you have volume, as long as you have some way to get a MACD, and as long as you can have EMAs on there, which you can do that for everything, and as long as you can have pre and post market data, right? So SPYX, it doesn't work on SPYX because SPYX you don't have pre and post market because it's a theoretical index, so you can't really apply this to SPYX, but what you can do is you can use it on SPY and then buy SPYX contracts and play that increased volatility on the SPYX contracts if you like doing it that way. So now let's look at Tesla. This is not, I didn't design this indicator for Tesla, but it could work. So let's look on the 1-minute time frame. So I'm not going to draw levels because I'm too lazy, but if you had levels this might work better. But you get a sell signal here, it goes all the way down to the 200 EMA, nice. Buy signal here, it only runs up a tiny little bit, but you can see that that's a resistance there. It's not too good. Again, this is not a good signal. This is a good signal. This is an okay signal. This is a good signal. Yeah, so not the best on the 1-minute. If we go to the 3-minute, 3-minute worked out pretty good. We got one signal, and that signal actually, if you ran that up to, you could have done this resistance or anything else. You could have gotten some scalping profits there. The 5-minute was really where it was at today with Tesla. So on the 5-minute, we got a sell signal right when we started to reverse. We were trending up pretty cleanly most of the day, and then we got this sell signal, and then we just dumped all the way even under the 200 EMA, which, to be honest, if you wanted to trade this, you could have taken. So you saw we were on VWAP, right? We bounced off VWAP. You don't want to enter there, but you could enter on this candle, and then you could even have this support as a profit target. Even if the 200 EMA was your profit target, you would hit that. So that was pretty good. But yeah, so that's the SMT signal. It can be pretty useful for people who don't want to stare at the chart and just want to get alerted when some potential momentum shifts happen. Long video, I know, but hopefully that answers a lot of your questions.